Hey guys, now we're gonna work on some power building drills. Like I said before, my favorite way, I think the most effective way to build power in your punches is the good old heavy bag. Nothing fancy, it's been around forever. I like to do push-ups. I think those are great for your overall shoulder work. I like to do overhead presses. I think legs are very important, squats and stuff. But when it comes to specific punching power exercise, I think the heavy bag has everything beat. Okay, couple tips on hitting the heavy bag. Okay, number one, when you're hitting the heavy bag, don't hit the heavy bag. Okay, that heavy bag becomes your opponent. Whether you're training for a UFC title fight, a specific fight coming up, a boxing match, or if you're just a regular guy like I am that likes to train, you know, just in case someone jumps me on the street and tries to take my lunch money. Visualize an opponent on your bag. Make each punch count. Visualize the scenario. Visualize where you're hitting them. Okay? When you're throwing hooks, whether it's a left hook or a right hook, I'm aiming for the chin. Okay? Don't always hit the chin in a real fight because people tend to move. But that's where I'm aiming and that's what I visualize. In a fight, when I'm fighting, I'm visualizing the chin every time I throw that hook. Okay? And I do the same when I'm training. Okay? So with the left hook and the right hook, I visualize the chin. Overhand is the same, but your chances of hitting the chin are less because it's a wind-up punch that you don't have as much control over. So probably half the time you're going to hit someone on the side of the head. But it still hurts. Okay? So I visualize the chin on those three punches. Overhand and the left hook and the right hook. So I feel the overhand, I also want to connect with the chin. Okay? Now, so when I'm doing my drills on the bag, I'm visualizing the chin. Okay? And I'm turning my hip as hard as I can. I'm exploding with the hip. The best way to get power with your punch is explode with the hip. It's not really fancy, it's not really complicated. You want to explode every punch you throw with the hip. Okay? Now with the reverse punch, if I'm hitting them in the face, I'd love to hit them in the chin, but usually when you hit someone straight on, it'll hit somewhere in the front of their face. It doesn't get the same snap of the head like a hook does, but it does snap the head back pretty good. So I'm throwing the reverse punch, okay? I'm aiming for the front of the face. And the same thing applies with the hip. Explode the hip with every punch, okay? Don't telegraph. Okay, you don't want to telegraph. So one thing that you really have to do is consciously think of not pulling your hand back. That's really hard to do because when you throw a straight right hand, you want to pull your hand back because you think you get more power. But guess what? Your opponent will see it coming and you might get more power, but that power is going to hit the air because he's going to be out of the way. So you have to concentrate on just throwing it from right where it is. The same with the hook. Okay. Instinctively, you want to pull your hand back and then throw it. And like I said, you get a lot more power with that too. Problem is, you're going to be hitting the air with a lot more power. So try to consciously not pull your hand back. Okay? Just visualize snapping the hip and pulling it over. Okay? The hip grabs hold of the shoulder, which is connected to the hand by your arm. Okay? So it all starts with the hip. Explode with the hip. Okay? Explode with the hip. Don't pull back first. Don't pull back first. Okay? So you explode with the hip. Same with the right. Explode with the hip. Same with the reverse punch. Explode. Okay. Same with the overhand. Explode. Don't telegraph. Explode. Don't telegraph. Okay. Explode with a hip. Don't telegraph.